thank you for tuning in. My name is Alicia and I am standing in my 10-month-old twins nursery. They were both conceived via IVF and they are our miracles and our joy, and I wanted to share my journey with you. Me and my husband tried to conceive our miracle baby for 11 years and no success. So back in 2018, we decided to finally go to a fertility specialist to see what was going on. My husband's test results all came back normal, but with me, I was 38 at the time, so I had advanced maternal age. They did find uterine fibroids, and I also had low ovarian reserve, just based on the ultrasounds they did and my low anti-mullerian hormone. I think it was like 0.4 or 0.04. In a nutshell, I was an old lady with tumors in her uterus and hardly any eggs. So they were like, it's a good thing you came in. But so what we decided to do, instead of doing the less expensive, less invasive procedure, which is intrauterine insemination, IUI, we decided just to go straight through IVF. So what I did was I basically took a video diary of the process from the beginning till the end, until the babies were here. And the videos aren't glamorous. Everything was taken on my iPhone. I'm not an expert editor. I don't have a expert vlogging camera, but I do hope that you enjoy these videos. I wasn't ever sure if I was ever gonna show these on YouTube, but you know, I was taking in consideration my husband's privacy, my privacy, and now my children's privacy. But I thought about how even if I could touch one person out there that could relate to my story, to give them hope. You know, like I said, me and my husband tried for 11 years. We never knew if we would be able to have children. We did absolutely think of adoption as an option, but we really wanted to see if we could conceive one of our own children. And I just wanted to show that despite all the odds that were against us, we are a success story, and it happened the first try. So I hope you enjoy these videos. Please leave a comment below if you would like to share your own story or if you have any questions for me, and please consider subscribing so you can follow along with my journey. So this is part one. I am basically, most of it's just me sitting in my car recapping after ultrasounds or at home talking about my egg retrieval. I did my ultrasound yesterday and the doctor found 4 follicles. So that was really surprising because I haven't felt pain per se. I just have felt like something's growing, a heaviness, a bloating. So to find out I only have 4 follicles, I didn't show my disappointment while I was there. They don't know me. It's not like I don't need to be some emotional woman in there, but when me and Ian were walking back to the car, I did start to cry. Just kind of felt like a failure. Like, I'm like, my body is being an underachiever. But the doctor said he expected that because I have an AMH, the anti-mullerian hormone, of 0.4, which is low. It's not low, it's very low. Instead of being able to get, 12, 16 eggs, I may only be able to get like 5 or 6. But he said, doesn't mean you don't have eggs. You have eggs, I see them in there. So I did later on, after being upset and crying in the car, and Ian, of course, trying to make me feel better because he's wonderful, I remembered that. Yeah, 4 follicles. So hopefully there's 4 eggs in them, so that's a risk. And the probability of all the eggs turning into embryos is already low because I am going to be 39 in a month. Being able to fertilize, not all of them always do. So now I don't have 10, 12 to try. I only have 4. So that's scary. There's a big chance that I may not get an embryo out of this. And even if I get one, it may not implant. We paid for a 2-cycle plan, so I get to get 2 IVFs in this cost or whatever. So he said he's just gonna have me go ahead and do another egg retrieval. So it's another IVF. So I have to do all the medications and then try to get more eggs, and then before I implant. So I have another sonogram on Monday, and they're gonna check to see how my follicles are doing. I had one large one, which was about 16 millimeters, and I had 4 other medium small ones. One was like 9 millimeters, another one was 10, another one was 12. So the doctor wants to get those smaller ones up to 15, and he wants to get my large one up to 18, and then we could do an egg retrieval. So if they meet that qualification, then I would take a trigger shot that night instead of doing my gonal F. And within 36 hours, which would be Wednesday, I would have a scheduled egg retrieval. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm just trying to stay positive because I know it only takes one. I need to stop looking at the blogs that people have 20 eggs and only 7 fertilize, and they get 4 embryos, and they try to implant them all, and then they always miscarry or they don't implant. That may not be my case. So I'm gonna listen to the professionals. Okay, so I did my sonogram, and I actually have 5 follicles now. One is a little tiny one. They're still gonna aspirate it or try to see if there's an egg in it, but it's really little. 3 are great size, and then my 4th one isn't exactly where it should be, but it could still possibly have an egg in it. So they'll just extract all of them or aspirate or whatever they do. So it is scheduled for Wednesday. So tonight I'm going to take my trigger shot. So the HCG, it's like a special, it's different than the other ones. It's not like pre-mix. So I have to mix it and do all that. So I have to do that at 11 p.m. or close to 11 p.m. tonight. And then I am scheduled to go in for the egg retrieval on Wednesday at 10:30. I feel kind of actually happy that my body made a 5th one. That's good. Talked to the doctor about probability, and he said all it really comes down to is the egg quality. He said 75% of women in my age group have chromosomally defective eggs, but it doesn't mean that all of them are. He said that he did have a woman that was 43. They collected 2 eggs, and 2 made it to embryos, and 2, she has twins now. So you just never know. So it's not, just try to stay positive. I am going to go and make sure I do the other IVF right away. I guess after the egg retrieval, I take no medications and I start my period, and then I schedule a baseline and just kind of get it going again. So, but yeah, actually nice to have a couple weeks off from having to take the medication. We are gonna do the egg retrieval tomorrow. We're celebrating with a little bit of wine, a little bit of beer. Okay guys, I had my egg retrieval today. So today with the retrieval, they were able to get 3 eggs. I don't know, I feel good. I mean, because there's a possibility that there would have been nothing in those sacks. So at least there's 3. Actually, after the procedure, I was fine. I mean, just a little dizzy, but happy, feel positive. I mean, my mom actually talked to me the other day, and she made me feel good in the sense that the clinics will always give you the worst case scenarios, and they talk about their statistics, but I'm not a statistic. I'm Alicia. And so it doesn't mean that it won't go to embryos. And we decided to do the ICSI when they basically take 1 EN sperm and put it in the egg. So fertilization is a higher chance. It goes from, I think, 70% to 85%. So anyways, tomorrow I'm gonna hear from the embryologist. He said probably mid-morning, and it'll just be an update. Hey, just a quick video. I want to give you guys an update that on July 3rd, I got the call from the embryologist, and 2 of the embryos that became blastocysts made it. So 1 was frozen on day 5, 1 was frozen on day 6. So it's been 9 days since my first egg retrieval, and you guys heard about the results with that. Got 2 blastocysts in the freezer waiting for me. So yeah, started my period today. I guess we're gonna be starting round 2. So I am my baseline ultrasound for round 2 of IVF. And I'm really not looking forward to having this ultrasound because it's a transvaginal one where they put in the wand. It always feels really uncomfortable, and I don't want to take my pants off. I'm just for some reason just not in the mood. Not that I'm upset or nervous or anything like that, but I just don't feel like it. I just feel like... Okay, so I'm driving and vlogging, so I kind of won't be able to look at the camera too much. But I just got done with my baseline ultrasound, and everything's really good. It's funny that my doctor came in and he was like, good reports with the last, IVF cycle. He's like, yeah, you beat the odds. I mean, the odds were against you, but you beat the odds. So that was good. All right, y'all. I'm here at my cycle day 9 ultrasound appointment to see how my follicles are growing. I'm super calm. This second cycle, I literally have not been stressed at all. I think there was like one day where I was like, oh my goodness, like this may not work out and I will only have the 2 embryos that are on ice and that's it. And that's our only chance. So this second round is to try to get more embryos so that it gives us a higher chance of success of being able to have a live pregnancy. Okay. Oh my gosh, I have 7 follicles. First time I only had like 4, now I have 7. So that is awesome news. He said they all are good size and they're clustered together instead of like one big one, one small one. I guess that's bad. I need to continue on medication today, so do my Maternal shot, and then tomorrow do my Lupron of 5 units in the morning, and then my 450 IUs of Gonal F at night. And then on, what's today? Today's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday. On Thursday, I do my Lupron at 5, and then I go in for my other final ultrasound at 9:30 in the morning on Thursday. And then he thinks that possibly egg retrieval will be Saturday. So that's freaking fantastic. Okay, so I'm totally tripping. So I had my ultrasound just to double check to see when, if I was ready to do my trigger shot and get things rolling for Saturday. And I thought the doctor had said I had 9 follicles. And so I was like, wow, because I had 7 initially. Good thing I took a picture of the screen because I always forget the size of the follicles. I counted and I actually have 8. I don't know where I thought 9. Told Ian 9, told my mom 9. I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe a 9th one will pop up in a few days. But so they're good. So my right side has 6 follicles and my left side has 2. Doctor wants me to stim one more night, even though tonight was technically I was supposed to do my trigger shot, but he wants me to go ahead and stim to try to get those 313s, I think, to get them up to like 14, 15. And then he said it shouldn't hurt stimming one more night with the ones on the left side, even though they're big, but it shouldn't hurt them too much. As far as, I guess, maybe overcooking them, I don't know. So my new protocol is I stim one more time tonight. I already did my 5 units of Lupron in the morning. And then tomorrow I do my Lupron in the morning, and then I do my trigger shot, my HCG, at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow night. And then I go in, so that would be August 3rd, wait a whole day, which would be Saturday, August 4th, and then go in the morning at 9 o'clock on Sunday, August 5th to do the retrieval. Not bad. I mean, the first round was a lot tough because we were green, especially when it came to the medication and then the worry. And then now that we know we have 2 frozen embryos waiting for us, it takes a little bit of the pressure off because at least we know we have 2 embryos and it only takes 1. But I've been planning 2, so it really is 1 shot. And I know what I'm doing with the medication now. I'm not as panicked. So it hasn't been too bad. And it's funny how you do forget, the negative things from prior. But I would like to get 4 good embryos out of this. All of them would be ideal, but at least that gives us 3 shots for implantation. If this first round works, oh please, I hope it does, then we can go back and then we have a couple more chances to have children. I always wanted a big family. It makes me want to cry thinking about it, that I get to finally maybe actually have this big family I always wanted. I always wanted a big family when I was little. I don't know if it came from me originally coming from 3. I lost my older brother. It was just me and my brother, and I was just like, this is so boring. I want more siblings. I always wanted sisters, and I can't believe it. At the age of, I'm almost 39, a few more days, like another week or so. At 39, 40, we could still have the chance to have a big family. Baby won't just have to have one child. But if we only have one child and that's what happens, I'll be overjoyed. I just really, really hope this works. Okay, so I had my egg retrieval today, and there was 9 follicles, I guess. It's so weird. That's what the embryologist said. So they went fine, and they were able to get out 6 eggs. So this is perfect.